All right, we're back. Episode 4 of this thing. Now, for this fourth episode, got a special guest now. It's first of my online friends I'll be doing. Kendall, say something.
Hi. I'm so excited to be here. Oh my god, finally!
It's been a long
It's
time
my
coming.
turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do this. I think when I first mentioned it here in the group chat, I think because I started listening to podcasts at work, and I was like, you know who I could do this with? And I thought of my online friends, and then I pitched it, and they're like, "True, we'd probably go crazy." Now, what? Nearly two? I don't know if it's been 2 months. I know it's been a month at least. Now we're here, finally.
I know, 4 episodes deep.
Yep. I had to
Moving up in the world.
get some of my Arizona buddies here out of the way, and then now I can finally start doing you and the guys. So,
me and
big,
the guys.
yep, big day though. The first woman on the podcast.
First woman on the podcast, guys. Oh my god, this is a big moment. Big moment for us women all around the world.
It's such a huge honor.
Susan B. Anthony walked so I could run.
I wanted to do this. I think I mentioned to you before that I had wanted to try having you on kind of around the time when you did your little tournament, your
Oh
tournament.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's only been like I think that's when that's been a month since your little tournament. Did
hmm
you want to let the audience know what you did for your little tournament? You want to discuss
Okay,
your big
so
day?
yeah, my big day, guys. Oh my god. So, um, for those of you who are not going to know this, I am a bit of an Overwatch 2 nerd, and
True.
okay. Uh, and I was recruited into a team for a charity tournament by, I don't know if it's like an organization or whatever the hell it is, but it's called Gaming for Good. And it was pretty much just a bunch of teams put together, a bunch of ragtag underdogs, and we did an Overwatch tournament that was streamed and shoutcasted, and I played DPS on my team. Um, my team's name was Menace to Sobriety,
Good name.
and everyone or the team who won, their all the proceeds made from like the Twitch donations and everything went to the charity of our choice, and my team actually was undefeated, 3-0. Um,
Huge.
it was pretty huge. Yep, I brought out the May. My May was pretty crazy. Um, and we ended up winning, and it was kind of fucking awesome. Because compared to some of the other teams that had like Grandmasters players and stuff, I did not think my dumbass team was gonna win. But we somehow pulled through in the end. It was kind of crazy, and we ended up raising like over 1K to ooh, I think it's called like the International Association for Suicide Prevention, which was
Yeah,
pretty fucking awesome. So yeah,
that was good.
it was
Considering
pretty cool.
the original goal for it, I think was like what it was $100, wasn't it?
I think it was 100. Yeah,
Yeah, and
it
then
was really cool.
yep, 10 times that. That was really good though. Do you I don't think I asked you. Did you know the people on your team like kind of personally reach out with them, or was it just
Yes,
like, oh, did you?
yeah, actually, so all the people on my team are part of my other friend group that I met through Overwatch, which I know, guys, come on, it's kind of cringe, but um, okay, it's a little bit better considering I met all of you on I'm not Overwatch on Roblox, so it's
That
it's a
is
little
true.
bit better. Um, but yeah, that's just my other personal friend group that I originally was not even gonna be on the team, and then they're like, "Hey, we want you on the team," and I was like, "We def not winning if I'm on that team," and then we won, so it was kind of crazy.
That's true. I was I don't know, because usually when I hear about you in Overwatch, I know you're a huge diva main. So when I
Oh,
seen
true,
that
yeah.
you're gonna be playing as Mei, I was like, okay, that's interesting. Like, I ought to see this.
Okay,
So
yeah. That's what I was worried about at first, is because I'm such a tank. I'm a tank main. For
yeah,
any of you who don't know what Overwatch is or what the hell, there's three roles, which is tank, DPS, and support. And I main diva, and I'm kind of a diva one trick. I kind of only really play her. And so when they told me they wanted me on DPS, I was like,
just shitting your
I
pants.
was literally shitting my pants. Like it was kind of crazy. I was like, I don't know about this, guys. We are not winning if I'm on DPS. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick to my tried and true and play fucking May or Bastion. And my May actually popped off, and I was really proud of myself, and it was kind of cool.
Yeah, because I wasn't well when I was listening. I was listening to it at work because the time the tournament or at least your guys' segment when your team was playing was on, I had to be at work. So I just put my phone on the charger somewhere so the battery would just wouldn't get depleted. And then I popped in my earbud and I just started listening, and so it just felt like I could only imagine how my grandparents must have felt when they listened to like a baseball game or something like on the radio.
On the
And
radio, yeah. You can't see it,
yeah,
you can only hear it.
yeah, and like the commenters are going like crazy. That's how I was
Yeah.
feeling. I was like, they're saying your gamer tag. I was like, that's my friend.
Oh my god, I know her, I know her. No, it was really fucking cool when, just like, cause you donated, didn't you?
Yeah, I donated a couple times because I think my original goal was to donate 50, but then I think the buttons, because it had buttons of how much you could donate, it was like 10, 25, and I think from 25 it just went straight to 100.
Rookie.
Yeah. And I was like, oh,
Rookie
darn.
numbers, really. Pocket change.
I was like, oh, darn. I'm like, they don't have a $50 button. Oh, well, guess I'm only donating 25. And then that's why, if there's some like some sort of VOD somewhere, like on one point it says like, oh yeah, I'll say my name, like donate 25, and then later on I was like, wait a second, I get to make two donations of
Wait,
25. So
wait, 25 times 2 might be 50, actually. Hold on.
I'm like, hold on,
My
I'm
parlay about to
genius.
hit.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm genius. And then, yeah, and then the commentary shouted out my name, and I was like, yeah, I'm him.
Yeah,
That's me.
it's no big deal. $25. It's fine.
Yeah,
No, it was really cool seeing all of y'all in the chat. It made me feel so good and so great, and it actually was kind of scary, and I wanted to shit myself, but
getting the jitters.
it was really fun. Yeah.
I know if I were in that situation, my hands would have been sweating. I'm like, oh God, oh sweet Jesus.
Oh, I was sweaty. I was so sweaty, and it was kind of embarrassing how sweaty I was.
Just hyper focus on the screen, and fucking clenching the keyboard all hard, the
Yeah.
mouse.
That one gif of the guy playing on the computer, and like the fucking camera's shaking, and he's like gripping the hell out of the mouse, and his forehead vein is popping. That's me. That was me for real.
And dude, I was listening in at work, and then I was fucking setting up everything, and I was actually getting hyped because I was like hearing your guys' team win. I was like, oh, let's go!
It was a crazy ass day, and then I think we celebrated by getting like belligerently drunk.
Nice. Do you guys also call yourselves Menace to Sobriety, like in the other friend group, or is it just like team name for the
No,
public?
actually, so I was playing with my friend who he just goes by China, and originally it was just gonna be China's team, and I was like, that is lame as hell. We are not doing that. But we were gonna do that, and I was like, no, that's just boring. Like that's just his gamer tag, and the person who's like in charge of putting the teams together reached out to me on Discord and was like, hey, what do you want your team name to be? And I was like, so I reached out to them, like my team, and I was like, what do you guys want to make like our team name? And then they all started saying like the stupidest, like lamest stuff I've ever heard, and I was like, all right, I'm taking matters into my own hands. And I was just like, make us Menace to Sobriety. So then you had like people, like all the rest of the teams were like things like cherubs, or I don't even remember, just like normal stuff. And then you just
Yeah.
have my team. That's just Menace to Sobriety made us look like actual crackheads, but
That's
it was
that's
worth
made
it,
it
I
good
think, in
though,
the end.
because it was such a
Yeah,
good name. Even when I
it
seen
was
it, I was
so
like,
unique.
ooh, that's kind of fire.
It was for the bit. It was for the bit.
Man, I wish I had a tournament, but then probably like, I don't know. I think I'd get stage fright and start shitting the bed. I wouldn't even know what game I could tournament for.
What? There needs to be a Doom tournament.
Yeah, where's the Doom tournament at?
Where's the Doom tournament
Fucking
at?
hop on Doom, the old classic Doom 2.
The one that looks like it was made on a 3DS.
Yeah, that one. I love that one. The thing about me is I love Doom, don't get me wrong, but everyone raves about Doom 2, and then when people rave about something too much, I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I stand out. I gotta like the other thing.
Oh yeah, you gotta be a hater.
Yeah, well, not like a hater, but I'm like, oh man, everyone talks about that too much, and I don't know, because out of the two classic like Dooms, I always try to say, oh, I like Doom 1 better, but my hours on Doom 2 say different. But even then, I don't know. Even something with, and I'm not even a big sports guy either. I don't have the
Mm.
physique to do sports. Get
No, what are you
snapped
talking
in
about? You got
half.
that sleeper build.
No, I'm skinny. Like I remember as a kid. I don't know how young I was. I was a kid. I was thinking, because I think like the big four in sports, at least like here in the U.S., is the big four is what like basketball, football, soccer, and baseball.
Hmm.
And I was going through one of them. I was like, you know what? If I play football, I get tackled. I'll probably get concussed. Uh, Basketball, I don't know. I couldn't really see myself doing basketball. So, and then didn't want to do soccer. So I was like, maybe I could do baseball, but never tried it. I probably could have gone crazy though.
I can see you playing soccer. I think
I
maybe.
think so, but I think as a kid I had asthma, so if I was like running fucking back and forth, I would like it's like collapse on the field. Especially
Point
if
out
it's
the
an
inhaler
outdoor,
mid
yeah,
game.
exactly. And then it being hot outside, especially in here in like Arizona, like I would have nah, I would have been cooked,
Yeah, I think if you would have gotten tackled while playing football, you actually would have just like completely obliterated. You would have
dead.
like evaporated, sent
There's
to a different
a
dimension.
there's a there's a show. I forget what show it is. I probably could look it up, but there's a show and it was kind of like a comedy show or like a
Hmm.
parody, and there was a segment where they did football, and so they had some football players like pass out from like exhaustion. So like in the show, what they had was these ice rods, and so they had to like put it in them.
What do you mean put it in them?
I think you know what I mean. They just ice rod, and it's just like a big old like push pop basically, but solid ice.
No way. There's no way that's real. There's no way that's
No,
real.
it was a comedy show though. It wasn't real, but
Oh,
that's what
okay,
that was.
okay, okay.
That was their
I was getting scared for a second. I was like,
that was their was it their solution to overexhaustion. That's what
maybe
I
we need
was
to bring
afraid.
that back.
That's what I would have been afraid of if I played football. I'm like, no, I don't want to get the ice rod shoved in me.
No, not the ice rod. That's crazy.
No, but I don't know. I don't have the physique for no like major sport like that. But I'll tell you what, when we did like games in PE, I love that. I love dodgeball, even though I was like ass.
I know you were last to get picked for a team.
It
I'm just kidding.
was, I forget we had team captains and picking teams. I think it was just like uh just go over wherever you want. But then
But
there'd be
you
this
have to go over there.
yeah. I think
I'll
it
take
was
that
like
side.
that. I think it was like that unless like the teacher I forget, it's been so long. Unless the teacher just like had us in a line, just be like one, two, and like just remember what number you were, and it's like ones go here, twos go there, and then it was just like that. It might I don't know.
You had to
I
lock in for dodgeball.
exactly. But it was fun though. We played like different ones like Sprout Ball and like shit like that.
What is
And then
sprout ball?
Sprout Ball is I think it sounds like you're separated in like half to like the whatever like we played in the gym, so like the gym wouldn't be separated like into two sides. It was like whoever had the ball and then like you hit someone with it. It was like a last man standing, but how it worked is that if you hit someone, okay, they'd sit down, and if the person who hit you like got out, then you'd be back in the game. So it's
Hmm.
essentially like kind of like a last man standing kind of thing. I think that's
Okay,
how I
okay.
remember it. That was pretty fun too. The one I remember one time in dodgeball, me and one of my buddies, who I used to talk to back then, like I don't know who had the idea. I'm pretty sure it was him, but I just went along with it because why not? He was like, "What if you got on my shoulders and then we could be like an unstoppable team?" And then we ended up falling, but we tried. It was an idea. It was an idea we had. So I was like on his shoulders because like he was a bit bigger than me, and I was like light enough for him to pick me up. I don't know what the idea was supposed to be, but it was something, I guess.
Your tiny frail body was just so easy for him to pick up.
Maybe it was just like a animalistic way of thinking like bigger means scarier. We just make our silhouette bigger.
It's like the midgets in a trench coat. That
Yeah,
was y'all.
exactly. I just remember we fell though, and then we just had to hurry up and like recover. And then we're like, yeah, we're not doing that again.
It was tactical for sure. Y'all
I
might have
don't,
known the strats.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I just went with them. I was like, oh, maybe. And then yep, that didn't do us any good.
No, when I was in like our like PE games when I was in like elementary school, we played shit like turkey tag. It was
Turkey
every like
tag.
it was every like November near like Thanksgiving. It was like I don't know, there was like these vests that certain people would wear. It was kind of like it was like tag, but it was
Uh,
like these kids would wear like these vests and they were like the farmers and then everyone else was like turkeys. And it was like I don't even remember. There was just hula hoops around in the corners full of bean bags
uh,
that we had to like collect and it was like our food. I don't even remember, but like we were not playing dodgeball. We were playing whatever the hell that was.
I had nothing like that. I remember one time I think I was like in elementary school or like maybe getting close to middle school. I don't even know what the game might have been called, but it was a dodgeball. And so basically it was like take the length of a basketball court, but like a little bit shorter in length. So it'd be both teams on like either side, and so that was like the outer like part of the how would you say it like outer play area, and then you'd have another group, another line in front of that team. And so what it was like kind of like four straight lines essentially. It was like team one, and the next one was like team two, and then it was another team one and team two. And
Hmm.
so basically like one team would get like kind of sandwiched, I guess. And so like you had to dodge the people in front of you and then dodge the like other ones like from the back of you. So that kind of got hectic too. That was fun though. I love it when like things get crazy and like it's almost like as PG as you could get to like an actual battlefield.
Yeah, I think the only other thing I can remember from PE in like elementary school was like it was always like the day before like a break, and like my entire grade would just go to the PE, to the gym, and there was this
Huh?
big projector, and my PE teacher had a Wii, and he'd just put on fucking Just Dance. And then say, "Here y'all go, y'all have fun," and give somebody the damn Wii remote, and then all the entire grade was just doing Just Dance for some reason. I don't know what the thought process was. They really just got tired of teaching us, I think, but
I think
those were the days.
I think that kind of does bring me back a little bit because I think some of my teachers even did that too for like last day of school
Uh huh.
or like some sort of like break the rules day.
Mhm.
But I didn't really do anything crazy. I don't remember. I was always like the good-natured kid, and I had like my
Yeah.
overalls and like the baseball cap with the propeller on. I was like, I don't
Good.
want to do
You
that. I want
straighten
to
us
sit
up.
down and read.
I'm trying to get up my AR points, guys. What the hell? Did y'all
No,
do AR points, or was that just like my school?
like accelerated reader.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we did that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't tell you like what books we read though, like what we did. I remember that though.
Oh, I
We
was
had like the
reading like
library.
Geronimo Stilton, the mouse books. That's what I was reading. Did you ever read those?
Yeah, I read some of
Okay.
them. I think cause didn't they have like some shit at the end, like at the end of the book, or either that or they had like some drawings, and I was like, this is fun.
Yeah, there was like it was like a book, but then there was like certain scenes were like drawn,
Yeah.
and then they had like different words had like different fonts, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is tickling my brain. I love this book. I love this stupid fucking mouse.
Yeah, I think it was like something like that. Yeah, because I remember reading it. I can't tell you what exact stories I read, but yeah, I remember it was him. And he's like orange and like a green suit, and then like it
Yes,
was
yes,
his niece, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that for sure. And then who could forget the memorable Diary of a Wimpy Kid? I
Oh
love
my
that.
god. Oh my
I,
god.
I only I only remember reading the first like two books like just of original and Project Rules. I think maybe like the third and fourth ones, but after that, I remember I'd head back to like the book fair, like even the Target here, and I'd see the new books. I'm like, God damn, like they're still
I
making these.
know, I know. I think I only read the first two as well, and then I will see that there's literally like what they're on the 20th. I don't even know which one they're on
Yeah,
now.
I'm like damn, like he's still making these.
I'm like, damn, he's still in middle school or whatever the hell. But no, I was more of a Dork Diaries girl. I was reading those.
Honestly,
If you ever read those or
no.
saw them.
I saw them. I felt like I wanted to read them because it was like kind of similar to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but like those were feminine.
No, I remember there was this one time one of my guy friends was reading the first one, and I looked at him and I said, "Why are you reading that? Those are for girls. Those are girl books." And I look back now and I'm like, why did I do that? They were good.
Must have been fun because like I had like fun little drawings that look like. I think my
Yeah, yeah, it
my
did.
sisters must have picked them up.
It was a lot like it was pretty much structured exactly like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books.
But then what's it? It was funny because I was gonna mention I was gonna say it was a good idea. Like now that first woman episode, I could tune into my feminine side.
Oh, true. The girly pop episode.
True, this one's gonna be for the girlies.
The maybe like two girls that'll listen to this, if
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I think I might have like a couple other like women here on the podcast like in the future. But yeah, you're the
Oh
first
my
one.
gosh, yes. I won't be
Huge
alone.
honor.
A huge honor, yeah, for real.
No, but yeah, I mean, because I grew up with four sisters and a single mother, so
Hmm.
like I think I'm a little bit more in tune with my feminine side. I like
As
to
you
think.
should be, though. I think more men need to be.
Yeah, but I remember even when I was younger, it was just like not weird, but I think even like my mom would just be like, "What are you doing?" Because one one memory I had is in the house I grew up in, like we always had like a whole bunch of movies, like DVDs my
Hmm.
mom would have, and so we'd have like a stack of movies like kind of behind the DVD player. And I don't know what compelled me, like what made me, but there was this one movie. You may have heard of it. It's called What You Should Expect When You're Expecting.
Oh my god.
So
Of course I know that movie.
yeah, so in case there's anyone that hasn't heard of it, it's basically just like a movie about pregnancies. And so I don't know. I just seen it and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pop it in because I just want to watch a movie. And I was watching it. Don't know how far into it I got because I remember it wasn't the first time I seen the movie, but I think this was like the first time I was like, I guess out of free will, just popped it in and
Yeah.
watched it. But I remember my mom just like walked in and she's like was seeing it. And I was like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "Take that out." I was like, "Okay,
You're like, damn, my fault.
yeah,
I'm just trying to learn something.
this house is a prison."
When do I get to watch what I want to watch?
Yeah,
That's a
it
good
was.
movie, though.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what child me was thinking. I don't even know how young I might have been, but I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch this." Maybe it's because it has what's her name? Like, the lady who voices like Fiona, that chick. You know who I'm talking about?
Fiona. Like, from Shrek?
Yeah, and it's like her voice actor.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh wait,
yeah.
no, I forget. Oh well, it probably had her, and I was like, she's pretty, and I watched it, and then some other female actresses.
That is like the last movie I thought you would mention, like, at all. I thought you were gonna say, like, because you had so many sisters, you fucking popped in a Barbie movie. And your mom saw you
Oh
watching
no,
that.
well,
Not fucking what to expect when you're expecting. Like, that came out of left field.
that was like the most distinct one I can remember. Like there were certainly like Barbie movies and some other like chick flicks. Cause I had like I watched my fair share of chick flicks growing up.
Your mom was
Cause
like, damn, ho, put on Power Rangers and Ben 10. What are you doing?
my share just would have been like I don't know, just more action packed stuff. Or like I
Yeah.
liked watching comedies, just some pop in the old Adam Sandler movie.
Yes.
But like I said, grew up with sisters. So I'd even I remember another memory I had is I think it was like a Bratz laptop, and what the Bratz laptop had like some sort of Pac-Man game, and I remember just like I'd play it. Like
No,
I,
I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about because there was like a Barbie laptop kind of like it too. I feel
yeah,
like I had.
and then I would just play it, and then I think even with like my younger sisters, they had like I think a Disney princess like laptop thing or something that you could play games on. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna play this.
This shit goes hard.
Exactly. They're probably just like, what are you doing? But I don't know if I really read any girl books though.
Girl books.
I was still, of course, like a boy at heart. My cup of tea was action figures and Spider Man.
Yeah, and it's still with you to this day at your big
Yep.
age.
I don't give a fuck. All right. Spider Man's cool.
They just don't get it.
Y'all just don't get it. You just don't understand. I loved my Spider-Man action figure. I even took it to school with me one time. I just had it like in my pocket, just chilling.
I was like, as a kid, I feel like I was kind of a good mixture of both. Cause like I grew up with two older sisters and like living with my mom, so I was always pretty much very feminine. But then I was also like, I was in the dirt. Like I was outside playing in the dirt all the time, and I loved Legos. Like I loved like growing up. I played with like the Lego Indiana Jones sets and like the Star Wars sets and Lego City.
That must have been cool.
And fucking I had Bakugans that I got taken from me at
You
school
played
because
Bakugan?
I did, dude, I swear. And it was just like I don't know. I was always a good mixture of both, I guess, like masculine and feminine.
True,
So
in
I
touch with
feel
your
you.
masculine side.
Yeah, I'd be in touch with my masculine side, guys.
Queen. I remember, I think Bakugan was like kind of the one of the things I started getting into because I wasn't really too big on Pokemon. So I think my alternative was like Bakugan a little bit.
Hmm.
I remember, I had gotten a book, I think from like Goodwill or something about Bakugan. And then I thought like, the red Bakugan, like fire was cool.
Hmm.
And then, so Bakugan's like a Japanese thing. So like it had the fire symbol in Japanese. And then I was like, I wasn't showing off. I remember just telling people like, oh, I know like the word for fire in Japanese. And so much so that like at school, the teacher was like, oh, that's interesting. You want to write it up on the board? I was like, sure. It's
Oh no, no.
and I just drew up
Imagine
on the
people be like,
board.
they're like, how do you know that? And you have to tell them that you learned it from Bakugan.
Yeah. They must have thought, I don't know. I don't think the word like "we" was really thrown around back then, but they must have just been like, "Oh, he got that from Bakugan, that weird fucking like little sphere." Base.
I don't even know Bakugan lore. I just was like, oh, it's a cool little robot that transforms when it touches something metal.
Yeah, that was fucking
And
awesome.
that's
It
all
had
I
like the
got.
little like metallic cards
Yeah.
or like magnetic ones. Yeah, that was
Hmm.
fucking dope. I had my older sister's dog. Uh, she had like puppies, and so each of my siblings had gotten like a puppy, and
Hmm.
so I named mine Drago
Oh
because
my god.
the
Oh my
fire the
god.
fire dragon, the main Bakugan was called Drago. I was like, hell yeah.
Wait, that's kind of based. Dare I say it? That might be based.
I was like, hell yeah, this is the fucking coolest dog I
This
know
name
now.
goes hard.
Yep, I was a little Bakugan fan. I even
Yeah.
love Mighty Beans. You know what Mighty Beans were?
Yes, dude,
Yeah.
I had Mighty Beans. Only like a pack of them, but I thought they were sweet as hell because you would see like the commercials on like
Yep.
Nickelodeon and stuff, and I was like, I gotta give me some of those, those stupid little beans.
You
And then
get
I
you,
got
you
some.
put your forearms together. It's like you
Yeah,
just let it roll down your forearms. I was
yeah.
like, hell yeah, I could get lost in that for hours. I'm like, look at him go.
The original brain rot for real. That was our stimming back then, playing with Mighty Beans.
That was like, I think I don't know if they ever had anything you could like officially let him roll down on, but yeah, I just remember the
Hmm.
forearm thing. I was like, this is awesome.
I know you'd see in the commercials them like flipping down something, and I was like, oh my god, that shit is magic. I need it.
Like I gotta have him. I always thought that the designs were always pretty cool though too.
They were
Had
pretty
little,
cool.
little like cartoon shit.
That brought back a memory. I haven't thought about those in decades.
And fucking they're always pretty cool. I don't know where all my head went to. They probably just got like lost between like nooks and crannies.
One day, years from now, you're just gonna find a Mighty Bean in your couch cushion.
No, and my childhood home, what's it? I don't know how it happened. I guess someone must have just like opened up the like one of the doors a little too hard. But basically, the door handle like kind of made a little hole in the wall. Like oopsie. But I think I remember like a couple of mighty beans went down in that. So it's just in between like the wall, like inside the wall. I think.
So you were just putting Mighty Beans in holes in the wall.
I don't know if it was me per se. I think like I probably had it too close, or maybe it was like one of my younger siblings. Because I had a bunch of younger siblings, so maybe they just got into it. Maybe they swallowed him. I don't know. Maybe the dog swallowed him.
Yeah, when you brought up having your dog having puppies earlier and you getting one of them, I thought you were gonna say your sister's dog ate Bakugan, and I was like, okay.
No. A funny story though. I think I don't know if it was the day of like her giving birth to those puppies, so like maybe it was kind of like sometime after. But I
Hmm.
remember my family and I came back home, and like one of the one of the puppies like was got stuck in one of my Hulk hands. It was like it was in there a little bit.
That is insane.
We just came back and then like its front half was like in it, just trying to get out.
Oh my god. So what I'm
But
hearing is no animal ever needs to be in your care ever.
well, I don't know. I didn't. I don't know. I don't. I forget how young I was, but I just remember I had Hulk hands, and then it was just laying around, and puppy ended up in Hulk hand, but the puppy turned out fine. Then it didn't suffocate or nothing. I mean, it probably like I would imagine it probably would have like found its way out because like it has its little hind legs, and then I if it the Hulk hand's not tight or anything, it's like little foam. So I don't know. We had the foam ones. I know there was like oh
Yeah.
no, we had like there's two Hulk hands. There was like kind of more like the harder ones. There was foam, like hard foam, and like a softer one. We had the softer
hmm
ones.
No, yeah, he was fine, I'm sure.
It was alright. Honestly though, like if we would have got home like I don't know, like later, like if we were out like on a late grocery shopping trip or something, then
It
I
might
don't
have been
know.
another story.
Yeah, it might have been a different story. But, it it didn't come to
Death
that.
by Hulk hands is crazy.
That would have been that would have been so sad. That would have been like so traumatic actually. Like
That's so dramatic. You'd never look at Hulk the same ever again.
if like yeah, God. Well, good thing
You
it didn't
get
happen
like
like
shell
that.
shocked every time he comes on screen.
It was a good thing it didn't come to that then.
Yeah, for real.
You know what your girls had that I don't think I would have felt jealous with it, but I think if I was a girl, I think I would have gone crazy with Monster High. Monster High seems like a cool concept.
Oh my god, don't even get me started, dude. I still have all my Monster High dolls to this day in a
Really?
big Tupperware in my garage. I don't want to part with them. They're just too cool. I
They
literally
are kind of
like
cool. Fucking
I
like just
remember
monsters, but human.
I was like, yeah, I remember I don't remember what birthday it was or like what age I was turning, but I had a Monster High themed birthday party where I had Draculara, the pink vampire girl. Have you
Uh-huh.
ever seen those like Barbie cakes where it's like there's a Barbie in the cake and it's like her dress is the cake? You know what I'm talking about?
Uh, I think I might have seen one, but I can't say I know one off memory.
Anyways, just picture just picture a doll in a cake, but the
Uh-huh.
cake is like built up around her and it's like her dress. And that was my birthday cake and that shit was cool as hell. Can't even lie. But no, I was obsessed with Monster High dolls. I remember getting my first one for Christmas. It was
Uh-huh.
the werewolf girl, and I remember I asked my dad for it and he got it for me and I was like unboxing her and they were a little bit scantily clad, but like I love them because they were like fashionable. And I just remember my family members looking at me like I was like abhorrent. They were like, "What the hell is that thing? She ain't got no panties, no clothes on. Like you gotta get rid of her." And that little old me was just like, "Yay, yippee, wolf girl!"
Yeah,
But
that
no,
must
I
have been
love
like
them.
real cool though, cause like
They were pretty cool.
yeah, it's like werewolves and like zombies, but like
Mhm.
yeah, but at this time
Fish
they're
people.
just yeah like monster like people basically, but
Yeah.
they're for girls, so I couldn't have them.
They were dudes too. But yeah, I know.
That I don't know how that would have looked if I was like the boy's kind of pretty.
The boy's pretty, mom. Please, please, let me get the fucking son of Medusa. I'm begging.
Yeah, because if you have Barbies and yeah, like Monster High and things like
Yeah.
that, and they like introduce like guys to them. The guys are like like I don't know how you say it, girly pop, I guess. They're like
Yeah.
handsome and pretty.
Yeah.
So couldn't have one even if I did get like I forgot the guy characters. I'm pretty sure there was a guy werewolf though too.
Yeah, there was. It was the werewolf girl's brother. His name was Claude, I think. But yeah, he was pretty girly pop. I can't lie.
And then y'all women even had those like thigh high Converse that I thought must have been pretty cool.
Dude, I wanted a pair of those for the longest time. It was in the scene era, and that's like when they were big, and like you'd wear like those rubber bracelets and things like that. And I was like, oh my god, I need a pair of those so bad. I'd be so fucking cool. And I just remember, I think I asked my mom for them or something, and her and my sister were like, those are the ugliest motherfucking things I've ever seen. You're not getting those. And I was like, why? Why me? Why can't it be me? Why can't I be happy?
This house is a prison.
This house is a prison. I was
Those was
stuck
been cool.
wearing like fucking those like jelly sandals and like Toms.
Yeah,
I want to be cool so bad.
I remember I don't know if I really, or I guess in early 2000s fashion I seen for women it was like you'd layer, and so it'd be like you wear a shirt, but then it's like you wear a blouse over it. Or you know what I'm talking about, like a skirt
Yes,
over it.
yeah.
Yeah, do you do that?
Like back then?
Yeah, like as a kid, because that would have been like
Not
our fashion when
really.
we were kids.
Yeah. I my my fashion sense back in the day was me wearing shirts that came from Rue 21, like graphic tees, the most like the fuggliest graphic tees you've ever seen from like Rue 21 or Hot Topic. So I was wearing like Hatsune Miku like Vocaloid shirts or like My Little Pony shirts or just like a fucking shirt with a panda with sunglasses on it and like capri shorts. Like I might have been dripped out, dare I say, but
You're like,
it
hell
was
yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. And now I look back on it and I'm like, oh my god, what was I doing? Like I have a
Yep.
distinct memory of going to a Demi Lovato concert, and for some reason my sisters thought it would be a great idea to dress me up, and I think I was wearing like a silver sparkly tutu and like a long sleeve white My Little Pony shirt, and I don't even know what shoes I had on, and I think I had suspenders with mustaches and hearts on them. And I probably said derp. So like that was, and there's a picture floating around somewhere out there of me before this concert, and I need it wiped off the face of this earth because it's cursed.
The
And
digital
that was what I
footprint.
was wearing back then.
You ever
What were you wearing back then?
I I'm a big fan. I still am a big fan of like yeah, basically graphic tees, like graphic t-shirts. I was gonna say you know those. You ever see a t-shirt like one of those like boy t-shirts, and it had like this like kind of it had a cartoon. It was like cartoon drawing, and then it was like I don't know how you say it, but it was basically like gamer stuff.
Yeah,
And it'd be
I
like,
I fucking I see you as the type of person who'd own a shirt that was like eat, sleep, game, repeat.
yep, that was me. I fucking ate that shit up,
Sorry, I
and
didn't
then
do my homework. I was too busy gaming.
yep,
Those kinds of shirts.
I would have seen them like in the Target. I'm like, that's me.
Wait, he's just like me for real.
Like that's actually my lifestyle. I play video games.
And the
And
worst part is, I think I'd wear shirts like that now, like ironically, for
because
fun.
yeah, I had like I don't know like how to describe it. Yeah, I had like I want to say aggressive or like loud like cartoon style ish, and it had
Yeah.
like the boy like with the most insane like look in his eyes, and then it had like the font, and then it'd be like, this is what a gaming addict looks like, and then it like
Yeah.
pointed out the different features.
Yeah.
Yep, I wore shit like that, and then when as a kid, I wore shorts, but not so much nowadays. But I'm pretty sure I also got into jeans, or like I wore shit like with Transformers on it, or things like that. I was like, hell yeah, I love me my shirts with pictures on them.
No, yeah, me too.
And then
Or I was wearing like those like capri shorts that were like plaid. Do you know what I'm talking about? They were
I
like,
think
it was like down to your knees, and they were like plaid, and they were the ugliest colors you've ever seen.
I think I might know.
For some reason, every mom back in the day put all their like daughters in those ugly ass capri plaid shorts, and were like, "Go have fun outside." Like they were so ugly, but we should bring them back. Personally, I think.
Nowadays, I think my fashion sense hasn't really strayed too far because I still like my shirts with pictures on them because like I feel like you got to make it interesting.
Yeah.
And then I wear my jeans. I wear nothing but jeans because I hate showing off my legs, but I have like little toothpick legs, and then I wear my Vans.
No, King, you have to let those legs shine.
Nope,
Don't be scared.
never again.
Never again. No, I'm the same way. Like even when I go thrifting nowadays, I love looking in like the men's t-shirts just for like stupid graphic tees. Like I have a big t-shirt that says has silhouettes of like cowboys on horses, and it just says my kind of group therapy, and it's like one of my favorite shirts I've ever bought. And I love like seeing like I'll be at the thrift store and I'll see like shirts that just say that are like the most terribly printed things you've ever seen, and it's like someone just slapped a piece of paper on a shirt and it just says like Fortnite. And I think about buying them all the time because I'm like, it's just like it's art. It's honestly it's like performance art. I need
Like, hold
it.
up, I kind of need it.
Yeah, like it kind of go hard though.
I feel like I should get like more of those shirts because I think as I got older, I started getting more of the shirts where you'd see like kind of adult men wearing. So it's like the N64 stuff or
Yeah,
some like merch you get off YouTube. I think I should
yeah,
just start getting like some of the goofy shit, but in an ironic way.
Yeah.
So like shit like that. Not like too cringe, I guess, but something like kind of just fun. You gotta have some character. I gotta put some character to my outfits.
Yeah, one day I'm gonna break out my old limited edition Vanoss gaming T-shirt and just I'm gonna crop it. I'm gonna crop it and make it a look. Or my old PewDiePie merch from fucking like 2014. Like I'm gonna bring that back.
I think I never really got any YouTuber merch like that because I think when I was younger, I didn't want to like be like, Mom, please, I need it. He's my favorite YouTuber.
No, it's so weird because like I look back and I'm like, why the fuck did my mom buy me a PewDiePie shirt when I was like 12 years old? Like I know her ass was not on YouTube looking at the stuff he made because back then he was a whole lot more unfiltered than he is now. That was back when like the YouTube guidelines weren't as like strict. But I think if my mom would have sat and watched like one of his videos, her brain probably would have exploded.
She's like,
I don't
okay,
know
Kendo,
how
whatever is
she. Yeah.
gonna make you shut up.
Yeah, I was like, please, I need PewDiePie merch, please. And then she just gave it. She got it for me, and she was like, shut the hell up. Here you go.
No, because I think yeah. Now that I'm getting money, aside from my kid self, no money. Probably not even an allowance, so I couldn't really even get
Yeah,
stuff. It was
same.
just like basically when I was like kind of forced to go on a shopping. I was like, all right, new clothes time,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd be like, see one of those gaming shirts of like that one, like
Like,
I want
mom,
that one.
I have to get that one.
Yeah, and then she'd be like, no, why don't you get like a kind of like a more plain shirt you could wear like I don't know, like on a family outing or whatever. I'm like, no, those are boring.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was too. Back in the day, like when I was a kid, I like hated clothes shopping. Like it was the bane of my existence. And as I got older, I did like a complete 180, and now I'm such a girl. I love going shopping. Woo! It's like my favorite thing to do. And like, I don't know. Honestly, I was the same way. Whenever I would go shopping back then, I would just like, I'd see a stupid fucking graphic tee, and I was like, that's it. That's what I'm wearing to school tomorrow. I was wearing fucking My Little Pony shirts in 6th grade for some reason.
Remember,
I was should not have been allowed to do that.
I had a T-shirt. It was a Jurassic Park T-shirt. I think it was like I think more contemporary, so I think it might have been one of the Jurassic Park movies that came out during that time. But anyway, I had wore it, and I remember I wore it one time. I had it for picture day. I don't think I had it in mind to take a picture with. I think it was like, I have this shirt. It's new. I'm gonna wear it. All right, whatever. And then I remember I had a picture of it, and from that day forward, I never saw it again. Don't know what happened to it. It was just like it was a Jurassic Park T-shirt. And it was like basically like a big old like T-Rex head on it, essentially, and never saw it again.
So your school picture just had like half a T-Rex head in it?
Pretty much. And then I don't know if this is like a false memory, but I remember I did have it was like one of the classic Mortal Kombat's, but it was like basically a Mortal Kombat T-shirt, and it had like Sub-Zero ripping like someone's decapitated head with a spine still attached, and like the fatality, and I
Yeah.
wore that to school. I don't know if I did take have that on for picture day one time. I doubt it, but for some reason I want to say I did.
How'd they let you get away with that?
I don't know.
My school would have drugged me out into the street and shot me if I wore something like that.
I was like,
Our
this is
like our
awesome.
clothes
I played Mortal
guidelines were
Kombat.
like super strict.
Yeah, if you're a woman.
Yeah, for a woman.
Even school, you guys just not a good time.
Yeah, y'all could have men could have walked in with shirts on that said like guns and drugs. They would have been fine. If I walked in with spaghetti straps, I'm getting beat the
Yep.
hell up. I'm getting strung up in the cafeteria and been beat.
I remember that was always a thing that everyone remembers, like no spaghetti straps.
Yeah, they would have stoned you to death if you wore them.
I don't know. That was just always my fashion sense. I don't know. Jeans. I remember I was one of those kids that wore a hoodie a bunch, even when like it
When
was
it
as
was
hot
hot as
as
fuck
yep, it
outside.
was like hot as balls outside, and like I had like my big old hoodie that was meant to be worn in like colder weather. I was like, just wore it, zipped up, hoodie on and
Be
everything.
honest, did you own one of those like Minecraft creeper hoodies that like zipped up in the front?
Hell no.
I don't know why, but you just seem like the type.
No, I seen the hoodies were like the hood part of it would zip up and it'd be like some
Yeah.
sort of face. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
that was awesome.
I know. I remember seeing guys with the creeper hoodie, and I was like, wait, I low key need that.
I think it would have been like with the creeper hoodie. I think it would be like I don't know, something like skull face or like
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
remember
like
the skeleton ones.
the
Yeah.
is it Bape, and it had like that shark looking face on it, like
Yes,
the goofy
yes.
eyes, and the, yeah,
Mhm.
it was that, and I was like, that's awesome.
I
Like I
always
need
thought
that.
Bape was ugly as hell.
I don't know. I must have been like a weird kid, like if you just seen me out of nowhere, because yeah, I wear like my hoodie, and I used to have like my hood up, I guess, and then I like to listen to like my dubstep all loud on the bus,
Oh
I
my
guess.
gosh,
I don't know if like people could
based.
hear it.
Mhm.
And then even some of my friends, they were like, "You wore that hoodie all the time," and I was like, "Yeah, I guess I did, huh?"
They're like, "Damn, do you wash that thing? It stinks."
I like the musk.
Ew. But no, yeah, I was the same way. I was on the bus, like having my main character moment, looking out the window with like fucking
True.
Bangarang by Skrillex playing in my ear.
Based.
So based. Or like Dead Mouse. I was like, oh my god, I'm so fucking cool. Everyone's looking at me. No,
Just like
hell
looking
no, no one's
outside.
looking at me.
I would be looking outside, just like wondering how the music video would sound like, or just get
Yep.
a visual in my head of how the
Mhm.
song is. Yep. Still do that to this day. I'm like, this would be the soundtrack in the movie I will make.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, Now, as I get to move on from cringe kid stuff and move on to cringe adult stuff, you have any media that gets you depressed for a day?
Any media that gets me depressed for a day.
Yeah, and then like you like probably like divulge in it, and then it just gets like fucked up at one point, and then you're like, I gotta put this down and step outside or something. I gotta appreciate nature or something.
Like, do you mean like anything that makes me like sad?
Yeah, or like
Um,
something that's bleak, I guess, and like it just has like some fucked up ending to it.
I
Or
mean,
the
I'm really big into indie games, so I've played a lot of like really fucked up like psychological horror indie games where it's like starts off all nice and stuff and then it literally like for example Amori, I'm sure someone who's listening knows what Amori is. Wait, you watched me play Amori a little bit, I think.
yeah, and
But
then
like
I learned about it. And I was like, damn, that is fucked up.
yeah, that's like one of the and not okay, it might not be recently, but that's one of the things I can think of that I like have played and I was like, "Oh, this is so like wow, this is so cute. They're all friends and stuff." And then you learn like the plot twist and people die and you're like, "Okay, well, I don't want to watch this shit anymore." It's like the themes are like depression and suicide and stuff. And I'm like, "Okay, well,
It's like I'm scared.
day ruined. Fucking going to play Roblox."
Gotta watch
But
some
no, what
like pug
yeah.
videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I got to go watch cat videos on Twitter or something. What about you? Do you have anything that like makes you sad?
I remember one of the first times I had felt like that. I don't know how I came across it. It is kind of cringe, but it was it was Doki Doki Literature Club,
Oh my
and
god. Yeah.
and then I forgot like how I kind of like started knowing more about the story of it. But essentially, I guess for those who don't know it, it kind of starts out as some like anime kind of game, like a visual novel, I guess. So it's just like you have this PNG of like some cutesy anime girl talking to you, and then it just slowly devolves into like I
Fucking
don't know, this,
insanity.
yep, insanity, and then also suicide and like depression and shit, and then you learn more, and then I was like, damn, I'm like that's actually fucked up and sad to think about. I don't feel good no more.
Yeah, I literally remember the first time I watched the playthrough of Doki Doki. I was like, I really like the character Sayori, and she's like the main like protagonist, like best friend slash love interest type thing, and then she literally like hangs herself
Yep.
in one of the scenes, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want to watch this anymore.
I don't feel good. I want to throw up and cry.
I need to go rot in my bed for 10 years after that.
And then start feeling bad. You just want to like, you just want to hug these imaginary characters.
Yeah. Hmm.
I remember even recently, because one of the podcasts I listened to, they kind of go over, they read and talk about these horror stories.
Hmm.
And so a couple of them, it was like this one called Baraska and another called Pen Pal, but it's like they kind of start off pretty good, and like at least with this one, like Baraska, it makes you kind of subverges it. It makes you think it's about, scary, spooky monster, like some weird skinned men living out in some woods, but then turns out like the townsfolk are like murdering people. And then it actually gets like a lot more darker than that, but that's basically it. And then the ending of the story, the main character kind of just realizes he can't do anything to stop it. So then you're like, damn, you're cursed with knowledge. Now you got to think about it and think about
Yeah.
how fucked up that
Hmm.
world is.
Yeah, I mean, like, kind of going back to what you said, this is kind of cringe, but that's kind of how I was when I first like when Five Nights at Freddy's first became a
Cringe.
thing. Dude, I was like, oh, scary, scary fucking indie robot game, and then all of a sudden, like, you learn like children being murdered and whatnot, and I was like, okay, well,
You get
I want
stomped
to
into
say,
the suits.
yeah, I'm like, now this ain't fun no more.
I think with that, I'm not sure if I think maybe down the line I probably got depressed, but I think at first I was like, damn, that is kind of spooky, huh? They're ghosts now.
I was like, I thought this was just scary Chuck E. Cheese, man. What the fuck happened?
You ever went to a Chuck E. Cheese and get creeped out by the animatronics there?
I have a distinct memory of going to a Chuck E. Cheese like forever ago when I was really little, and I don't remember seeing Chucky himself, but all I remember is riding that damn clock ride. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
yep.
Where you
I
sit
love
in it
that
and
clock
you
ride.
yeah, that's all I remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't even think I met Chucky himself. To be honest, I'm like, what the fuck was the point of going? I didn't even meet him. I didn't meet the star himself.
I even like the band.
Not even the band. Yeah.
It's funny that this got into Chuck E. Cheese because even the last episode, I talked about one of the earliest memories I know I have, unless this is also a false memory, but it was of my like third birthday party. I
Mhm.
remember like when like I think it was pretty sure someone like in the Chuck E. Cheese like costume just like walking down because it's like my birthday. They sing me happy birthday. And I was
Yeah.
just like crying because this giant like rat
This
walking
giant
towards
fucking
me.
rat.
Yeah, I was like, what's happening? My little baby mind couldn't comprehend it.
No, I'd be scared as fuck too. And also just knowing that there's just like a random ass dude in there getting paid to just wear that fucking suit.
Yep, it's like he's like, all right, Todd, fifth birthday party today. Get back in the suit.
Get your ass out there.
It's all like sweaty.
Yeah, ew.
I never think about that. You ever think about like the people working at Disneyland and like they're fucking in the huge ass like Disney suits?
Yes, and I'm like, what do they look like under there? I'm like, who am I talking to right? Who am I giving a hug? Who's giving me an autograph right now?
Fucking melting
I
because they're
know
like
your
in
ass
like
is not
Orlando,
Mickey.
Florida.
But
Fuck,
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of scary.
I want to get like the MCU Iron Man POV where it has like a zoom up of their face and like the only like shred of light entering the suit is like from like the mascot mouth or something.
Yeah.
Then you get their POV and like they're breathing deep. It's like oh, it's like Darth Vader breathing.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, they're really just in like fursuits.
Essentially, what's stopping them from being called furries?
True, actually,
It's just like the corporate name to it,
we need
honestly.
to. This needs to be analyzed psychologically.
You
There
think
needs to be a conversation about that.
you think there's like a pipeline there? You think like the furries sign up to be like the dress up as the mascots, or do you think like they turn out as normal people, but over time like their mental sanity drains away and then they become furries?
I mean, if I was in a Chuck E. Cheese costume and I was and I was having to fucking attend 14 birthday parties a day and lose my goddamn mind with kids screaming and eating pizza and being greasy and loud, I would probably like, yeah, my sanity would start to drain too, and then I'd be like, you just become one with the character. You're like,
Yeah, you
I'm
become one.
Charles Entertainment Cheese now.
You become one with the suit, and
Yeah,
now you just gotta be inside of a suit all day.
you're like, when I go home, I'm making a fursona actually.
You start drawing it up, and you're like, wait, that's too much like Chuck E. Cheese, and you gotta make it different a little bit.
I gotta tweak this shit.
Remember, as a kid too, I remember me and my sister, we were at a Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know if it was for a family thing or for a birthday party, but I remember there was like these like small like half walls, I guess. You know, we were
Hmm.
kids, so we were short enough to hide behind them, but then we were just like hiding and like peeking like out of the wall to like essentially just spy on like the animatronics because we're like they're or I don't know if we thought they're evil or something. We were just like oh we're just hiding from them, I guess. Not in a
Yeah.
scared way. I guess we were just playing.
Hmm.
But yeah, we went to one. At least for that one, they were all like robots and they were up there in the band. So then we just like peek around and then the robot head ended up turning like little like eyes just went in our direction. We would just hide back.
No, if I'm the old like Chuck E. Cheese animatronics, like if I saw those, I'm beating them with a rock because they were so scary for no reason. Like they really had they were like, yeah, kids are gonna love this. And it was like the scariest fucking thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, I guess like a little bit of that uncanny valley.
Yeah.
I just remember, yeah, just that moment of me crying as like a little like 3 year old. I think one thing that kind of ended up making me get scared more of them, like more the animatronics or like I guess mascots, is just when I'd read creepypastas as a kid,
Yeah.
because I was a little creepypasta kid.
I was a
And,
creepypasta kid too.
and then I read one about Chuck E. Cheese, and then some other one about like uh I don't know, I think it is at Disneyland, but this ride called Splash Mountain, and I was like, I've never get on that ride.
Splash Mountain doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh, it doesn't? I don't know.
Long live. Yeah, I think they renamed it to something. Like it's like Princess and the Frog theme now, I think.
I just remember I had watched a YouTube video and it had like the guy reading off the creepypasta and like it had like a little slideshow to accompany it. It just had like the animatronics like start becoming demonic and I was like, yeah, that's actually kind of scary.
Yeah. No, I like the any of the animatronics, like the old ones, like especially in like It's a Small World at Disney World, like those are scary as hell. Like I don't know why like the people who built those rides are like kids are going to love this. Like they're scary.
Call me broke, but I never been to Disneyland, therefore I don't know which one you're talking about.
What? Like you know the song It's a Small World?
Wait, I think?
It's like a I don't know, it's like a giant like you know those rides that are like they're boats and you're like in water and you just drive through this thing. Kind of like a tunnel of
Oh,
love type thing.
yeah.
And there's just animatronics singing on each side and they were like you'll have to look it up after this, but they're like this they're horrifying.
I think, yeah, I think if I wrote on that as a kid, if it's like a dark tunnel and like the animatronics get illuminated and they're singing and it's just like you're slowly drifting by them, I think that would have been horrifying if I was a kid.
Yeah. There's this ride at the Six Flags over Georgia that's like I don't even think it exists anymore, but it was like monster themed. I can't remember what it's called. It's like I don't want to say Monster House, but it was something like that. And it was like it was kind of a boat ride like that, and then there was the scariest like fucking animatronics ever that were monsters, and it's like you're in like a happy world, and then all of a sudden you plummet down this dark hill or like this dark tunnel, and you literally enter like monster hell, and it's like the scariest. I just remember riding as a kid and fucking hiding in the boat and crying because it was like horrifying, and I was like, why are they? What is it? Why are they marketing this for children? Because I'm in literal like monster hell. I don't know. All animatronic rides need to be blown off the map, I think.
See, the thing about me is like I think I kind of take an interest in like some spooky stuff. Like I could read into scary stories and like shit like a little bit of horror games and things of the
Yeah.
like kind of interests me and I'll read into them. But as soon as it comes to like watching a scary movie or like going on the ride similar to what you said or anything like that, nope, I
No,
would have been balding.
I can watch people play scary games. I can't do it myself. Like I will shit my
But
pants
yep,
for real.
I crumble.
No, the minute I get jump scared for the first time, my fist going through my screen, I'm just closing out the game and calling it a night.
I remember my dad would tell me I used to like watching A Nightmare Before Christmas as a kid. I used to
Mhm.
like watching it, but apparently like with some scenes like I'd know like what like a scary part would show up and I'd like hide behind the couch. That's what he told me. And so I think like what he must have been talking about was when maybe probably when they had that scientist who'd like head pop up into Show's brain
Yeah, that shit was gross.
or I think the scene or it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I remember I think one scene that must have got to me would have been like after he delivered presents and like this kid gets swallowed whole by a snake.
Oh
I think
yeah,
just
yeah.
that scene, I think that scene must have been like
Mhm.
done something to me. So I don't know.
That's a Tim Burton movie, right?
Yeah,
Any of the Tim Burton movies are fucking creepy and scary as hell.
yep. And then even to today, I remember when I first played Dead Space, the original Dead Space, and like I was in the beginning of it, and then I was like just petrified, and I was just wondering why the hell I even bought the game for.
Yeah, I can watch you play Dead Space. I cannot imagine playing it myself. No, I would I'd be peeing for real. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know, cause like I said, I've never been one for horror games. I remember, you ever get a game from like a Redbox?
No, because weren't they all like kind of like console games, and I didn't really have a console like a
Oh, really?
PlayStation or an Xbox growing up. Yeah,
Lame.
I was a Nintendo girly.
Oh, you're a Nintendo.
Mhm.
Lame. I remember my older sister had it was a Game Boy, and then I don't know why, when I was younger, for some reason I just thought it was mine, and then they'd had to like say no, it wasn't mine, it was my older sister's. I think because like I just played on it a lot, and then I don't know, I don't, not a whole lot of my family members are gamers really,
Mhm.
especially like my sisters. My sisters
No,
aren't really
same.
like gamers. It's
All
like
my sisters
no, just
played were Sims. That's it.
some casual gamer stuff.
Yeah.
It's like party games.
Mhm.
Remember Just Dance when I go over to like some family member's house, they'd have the Wii and have Just Dance or like Guitar Hero or something.
Oh my god. Did you ever play Guitar Hero 3? Legends of Rock?
Hold on, wait. What does the case look like? Uh, uh,
I think it has Slash on it. I could
uh.
be wrong.
Oh wait, yeah, I think it did.
I had that one. That game was awesome and shaped my music taste. I was terrible at it though. Horrible, horrible at Guitar Hero.
I think yeah, it was one of my cousins I would have had this because they're kind of they like they like them some rock, wear some dark clothing,
Mhm.
like them some rock metal. Guitar Hero had like was metal and rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they had like all the Guitar Heroes and stuff like that. Maybe even was it Band Hero? Or I don't know, some shit like that.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I think it was Band Hero. They had like the drums and stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which have been sweet. They I don't know. I think I think in a separate timeline I must have been one of those like not emo. I guess like kind of emo kids if you want to describe it like that. Just wear dark clothing and just listen to metal.
Oh, like a metalhead. Like
Yeah.
I was assuming you were gonna say like a scene kid.
Hold on. I hear the word a lot. I need to get a image in my head as scene kid. No, not like this. I think my sister was one of these
My oldest sister was one of those too.
because my older sister was like this. I think even a little bit of emo too. She even had some like manga and stuff. I think that's my first exposure to like manga, and it wasn't good because it was like this Alice in Wonderland like manga,
Hmm.
and then you could tell it was like manga for a girl because like everyone in there like looks pretty, whether if
Yeah.
they're a boy or a
Uh-huh.
girl. They had like all that soft features,
Yeah.
and it was one of those things I picked up and I was like, why is it weird? Like why does this say I have to read from like right to left?
Yeah, my sisters were never big into like anime or manga or anything like that. I was the weird one. What do we?
You have to
The
bring
odd
the
one
culture
out.
to your family
Yeah, exactly.
and bring in the anime and manga. Now it's not the same because it's a hip thing to be into anime or manga.
Yeah, I remember when it was weird. You were a weirdo if you watched
Yep.
anime. I didn't
I
even
remember
like telling my family members I liked anime.
just deathly afraid they're gonna avoid you like you have
Yeah,
like a I forgot like a leper.
yeah. But literally, I remember. I think the only one of the only animes I think my sister has watched has been like Chainsaw Man, and she was like, "Oh, that was pretty good."
Based.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you're a big Chainsaw Man fan, but
I
yeah.
sure am.
But she watched that and she was like, "Oh, that was actually pretty good. I really liked it." And then that's about it.
I remember the first manga I think I had read. I was over at a friend's house. I think he still actually lives down the street, but not as close to them as I once was. But anyway, I had went over to his place to spend the night, I think, and I don't know if it was his or someone else's. I couldn't even tell you the name of it, but I just remember at the end, it was like this is gonna be a gruesome scene, so warning. But I guess at the end, the main character, I think he was like kind of a boy, or at least on the younger side, but for some reason, he had like his hand underneath like a motorcycle wheel, and then like they started up the motorcycle, and like his nails got like ripped off.
What the hell?
Yeah, and then he was just like left sitting there in like an agony, and like some like chick comes by, and then to like I guess like in the next installment or where we're supposed to pick up from there. But that's just what I
Mm.
remember, and I was like, this is weird.
I don't like this very much. Now, I think my first manga I ever read, which cringe warning, I think was My Hero. Actually,
Cringe.
cringe alert. I know. I was young, or like maybe Fairy Tale, and then I think that was it. I've never really been like big into like manga unless it was like a series, like an anime that hasn't been like finished, and I was really into it. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to wait 12 years to know what happens next, so I'm gonna just pick up the manga. But other than that, I prefer to watch it. I'm not a big manga reader.
I just like it because, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, I gotta make sure I'm different from everybody else and
Cause you're
everyone
a big
else.
fucking nerd.
I'm like, everyone watches anime. I gotta read manga. But except for if it's something long, like One Piece, then I'm like, I don't know if I'm reading all of that.
Yeah,
I'd
I ain't
rather
doing all
have it
that.
have it be spoon fed to me visually.
Yeah. I don't even know how people keep up with like animes like One Piece and all that kind of stuff that has like 1,000 episodes. I am not doing all that.
I guess you just gotta be there when like it starts up, or at least like when it's
Yeah.
early,
Hmm.
and then you could like go ahead and read it. Then you can at least be like, oh, I've been with this for like 1,000
Yeah.
episodes or whatever. Then it's different.
Because if you go into it now, you see 900 episodes, and you're like,
Yep.
okay, so I'm a freak out.
Something similar to that. You know, you're a woman. Do you watch Grey's Anatomy?
Actually, I do not watch Grey's Anatomy. The only times I've ever seen it was I have a friend, and she has seen like the entire show. Isn't it still going on?
Yeah, I
Or is
heard it
it
got
ended? Yeah.
I heard it got renewed for a 21st season.
21st? Are you serious? Yeah, but she was like obsessed with it. I'm sure she still watches it, and that's the only times I've ever seen it was watching it with her, and I was like, damn, how many times can a person get a heart transplant? Like,
And
come
I'm
on.
like, what are they doing? I'm like, what's making them like continue it? Like, what else do they have to tell?
Dude, it's crazy, because, like, you think it's just a hospital show, and then for some reason, in the, like, someone can be dying, and then in the same episode, there's, like, a bomb threat to the hospital, or like someone's getting like they're cheating on each other, or there's affairs, or like one of the doctors is getting hit by a car and dying. I'm like, what kind of hospital are we talking about? Because
They gotta.
I don't know what's going on.
I guess you gotta get the views up or like up the ante. I
Yeah,
guess from
yeah.
people dying.
I'm like, how
Normally
many
for
times
like
you
medically.
21 seasons, and I don't even know how many episodes are in it. I'm like, damn.
God forbid.
And the people who watch it are like dedicated.
Yep.
They're diehards.
I was like, I remember I seen that. I was like, yeah, I don't know about all that. Because when I last heard of it, I it was at 19 seasons or something. I was like, I ain't doing all that.
Oh my gosh, no. No. I'm breaking the female pattern, I guess. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy. I love how you think woman and you're like, Grey's Anatomy.
I'm a very stereotypical person. You know, sometimes my masculinity is still intact. As much as I would like to be in touch with my feminine side, I still make stereotypes. I'm an
It's the
assumer.
internalized misogyny. It lives. It never dies.
I had to bring it up, especially like another one topic I had written down in a little script was like astrology. Astrology I can't really get into because I think it's stupid.
I don't know anything about astrology really. I know my big three.
I know
Your
like
rising, your sun, and your
you know,
moon sign, and I don't know anything about anything else.
like I think okay, like in a way, okay, well I don't think it's all stupid. I think the part where they say like how you're supposed to be because of like the day you were born and where everything was like I don't know in the solar system or the universe when you were born, that determines stuff. And to me,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I was just pooped out that day. How's that supposed to? What does that got to do with me? They're telling me that it says
I didn't
for
even
my
have to be
son.
here, man. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, as soon as I read that, like, as an Aries, I'm supposed to be like arrogant, very fiery, hot-headed. I was like, opposite of that. So that's
Yeah.
stupid. They're telling me I'm supposed to be that just because like the range I was born in. But I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. So I know my big three, and like I know like I want to say nine, but I know all the other planet ones so that I'd be in. I have it written down in case someone ever asks me.
Yeah, I have CoStar, the astrology app that tells you like your star chart. but it's only because I was forced to get it, and also because I wanted to see like compatibility between like me and my friends and whatnot. And I know like yeah, it's very stereotypical when it's like they say how you're supposed to be based off like your sign, but it
Yeah.
also like it's a lot more than that. I'm gonna sound like I'm into it, but I'm not. I promise. But like I know it factors in like the rest of your like placements too that kind of determine how you are, and not just like your
Uh,
sun sign that is what everyone just knows they are kind of thing. Like you're an Aries, I'm a Pisces, but I really yeah I have no idea about any of it. I think it's interesting to learn about though. Just like I just think like the constellations and the stars and stuff are cool in general, but I think basing your entire life around it, I don't. To each their
yeah.
own is what I say. Because I don't know what the hell is being said.
I remember I remember the first time I had learned about astrology was because uh at my local library there was this fun little Garfield book, and it was like a Garfield book, and it was like basically a cartoon version, like Garfield versions of like movies and like movie posters. And so at the end it was like little doodles by like the illustrator, and then
Hmm.
one of them was like Boogie Nights. And so what they had was like these two medieval knights dancing, and then one of them was asking like, "What's your sign?" And I remember I was confused at that. I was like, "Mom, what does he mean by this?" And then she was telling me about astrology. So I learned about I learned what astrology was because from the Garfield book.
That is kind of based and awesome.
I fucking love that book. I wish I had it for my own. I remember
I
I checked it out multiple times just because I thought like I just loved the little drawings he had of it.
that's like a lost relic. You gotta find that after this and show me it because I gotta see it now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll find it. And then wrap up topics. What I don't really have. I think we pretty much covered all the stuff I had written down.
Okay, hell yeah.
I only had a. I kind of lied to you. I said I had 2 pages, but I really only had like a little more than like 1 page.
Okay, so you're a liar and you hate me.
I remember when I said I was writing the script, I had like a few days to write it, and then at first I was gonna be like, oh, I'll wait till last minute to write it, and
Hmm.
then I was like, you know what, actually, maybe because we're both gonna be scared and wondering if we're gonna make it past an hour, I ought to
We're
start
just
writing
gonna wing
early.
it.
Yep. So I just I'll be at work and I had a little pen and paper in my pocket, and then if I thought of something, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah,
And that's basically how it went. So you know what? We made it
we
past an
made it.
hour.
We made it. The first woman episode.
Honestly,
It's completed.
I thought it was gonna be more girly pop stuff, but oh, there's some like shared interests like the Five Nights at
Yeah.
Freddy's and like other cringe kid stuff, and
Oh
we
my
both
god.
related
Do
to.
not. Saying that our shared interest is Five Nights at Freddy's is insane.
Well, Five Nights at Freddy's, dubstep, and like shit like that, and like Bakugan, Mighty
Yeah,
Beans.
that
Yeah,
is.
you didn't make me worried because you said like you're out in the dirt. I thought you were gonna say like you like squished bugs or something, or like you
No,
ate
I no,
bugs.
I to this day I'm terrified of bugs. I don't. That's not me. I was not one of those kids ripping worms in half.
Because
Or
I was
eating ants.
I wasn't I was I wasn't there either. I know like you always hear like some like stereotypical like outside like little boy like playing with bugs or some shit or like
Yeah.
having some bug collection. I
Uh
thought
huh.
it might have been cool. I think my one of my brothers was into that, but not me. I was like kind of scared of him. I didn't want him
No,
like
I'm
crawling all over me.
terrified. Yeah.
I think I would have been scared if they were gonna like bite me or some shit like that.
Mhm. No, I was outside with a bowl from the kitchen, putting leaves and sticks and dirt and calling it a pie
A
and
little
saying I was
salad.
cooking. Yeah, I was making a salad outside.
I just had like my little action figures, my little Spider-Man action figure. I remember one funny story. I suppose ended off with, or one of the things ended off with, I had brought my Spider-Man action figure to school, and so when I was in like elementary school or one of them, we before we let out for the day, they had us be in two big lines in like the school hallway, and I was playing with like my Spider-Man action figure like a little bit. I think kind of
Hmm.
in secret because they had like a teacher or two like outside in the hallway too, just making sure we're all in line, we're not being rowdy.
Yeah.
And then I think I dropped it, and then I was like, "Oh shit!" And like I stepped, like I had to like not step on it, but I put my foot over it, and I had to pretend I was tying my shoe, because like I had my Spider-Man action figure underneath it.
And you're fucking crushing him to death.
Yeah, I was like, they can't take him away. I
They
can't.
can't see him. They can't see him.
Fun times though.
Mhm.
Can't do that no more unless I look weird if I brought my Spider-Man action figure with me to the grocery store or something.
You should. I think. I think for the bit.
Fucking just having my hand like
Yeah. Door
jumping from
vlog
like
with the
yep,
Spider-Man figure. Yeah.
jumping from like box to box, so like just like making like sound effects.
The people in the store just seeing you recording your Spider-Man action figure on the shelves.
Like, is he okay? That's fun.
Mhm.
You know what? I don't know how to end this. I wish I had like intro and like outro things. I'm too lazy to look for any copyright music though. So I'm just gonna end it lazily and wave a goodbye. Bye,
Hell yeah! Until
everybody.
next time. Thank you for
Yep,
having me.
yep. I think you're gonna do a second one of these one day.
Of course, one day. If you'll have me, of course.
Yep. It's gotta make the rounds and then get to everyone else. Next,
Mhm.
don't know who's gonna be. It's either gonna be, well, I guess people find out.
Mhm. Gotta keep it a surprise.
Yep. And until next time, everybody.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye.